It's weird. This whole weekend, I didn't feel like doing nothing. I could have even met up with a woman and for a coffee or whatever. And and there was a couple other girls that were talking to me. Not girls, they're my age, so they're older women. And um they stopped talking to me too. Um which and I didn't even give a fuck. Um that woman that I was gonna meet up for a coffee, I kind of just like left her on like red. I didn't really respond. It was like a one word, two word, like it was yes, laugh out loud. So I was like, I don't know. I figured, well, if she did really want to hang out, she would have messaged me again, but she never did. So it's like, I don't care. I'm not, dude. I don't even give a fuck. I'm not upset. It doesn't affect me at all. And I I didn't do nothing. I didn't even go to the gym. I plan on going to the gym every single day this week, and part of it is because of my foot. I mean, my foot is messed up. I mean, seriously, it's a lot of pain. Um, so I just wanted to take it easy this weekend. I work pretty hard. I mean, I'm staying up all day on concrete, walking around. I get filthy. My job is very filthy. Um, and I don't know. I don't know. It's like I was talking to her and I started thinking about future obligations. Um, like going to the bar for a costume party. And like, I don't really want to go to a bar. And I think that's part of the reason why I didn't really even want to meet up with her. A lot of women nowadays seem to like to drink. They definitely like going to bars, and I just don't like doing it. Um, a lot of women like to drink. Um, I think that a lot of them are. I'm not calling anyone out, but I think generally speaking, a lot of females are becoming alcoholics, or the alcoholics to begin anyway. They're coping with things. Um, and I just like, man, I think part of it too is like it's not a good situation. I'm done with the family thing, dude. Like, I don't want to be around kids. I mean, I got a 17-year-old that still lives with me, so like I can't be just bringing females around here. Um, like he already questioned why me and my friend weren't really talking anymore. He said he seen me on like this dating site, and I said I don't take it serious or nothing like that. But he was asking me what happened and all that. Even though he wouldn't give a fuck, I don't. I kind of it's just like whoever I talk to on they don't have a good situation, like they don't have an empty nest, so I go hang out at their place or whatever, or it's like my place obviously is an empty nest, so we can't just like chill at my place. So it's like I'm just not motivated. I'm not motivated at all. I didn't go on there for any expectations, and I've said don't go on dating sites. It was more so like just to see how things have changed. Um, my area is terrible. Um, not a very good area where I'm at. Um, so I wasn't too. That person was probably pretty cool. She had her shit together too. Um, she was decent looking too. But like like I said, I was thinking, man, I don't want future engagements. Like pressured. Like if I didn't go, then that'd be a problem or something. I don't want to go to bars, man. I just don't want to go to bars. I've been in this town for about 2 years now. I haven't been to a bar, not once. So yeah, I was lazy. I didn't feel like doing anything. I lacked motivation, man. I don't know if anybody can really just lack motivation. Um, so I just chilled, listened to a lot of um, YouTube, a lot of stuff like that, podcast, played some games, created a couple videos. Um, but yeah, it just seems like it kind of seems like pointless to even like date anyway. It just seems pointless because even if I don't understand like why a lot of females still want to have like this relationship. They still want to like be like tied down or whatever. Like they want that, and it's like they keep on thinking Prince Charming is gonna come around or something, but the average relationship doesn't last that long. So it's like, you know, it's like either lower your expectations or accept the fact that you don't really want a relationship. Um, I just don't. I don't want to work that hard to be that man what that they desire. I just don't feel like it's worth it. I don't feel like I'm getting a lot in return. Um, it just sounds like a shitty deal for me. I put in all these hours to work and earn this extra money, um, or whatever, to try to impress her, to try to do things for her. And she might be talking to somebody else, or if I do something wrong, she'll replace me. And it's like females, they don't want to build anything with anybody. They just want it already, the guy to already have everything. They don't want to take some dude that, and I get like they don't want to take some dude living on the street corner or even like living in his basement, but like they expect us to be these, entrepreneurs and Don Juans or whatever the fuck, man, where we're this high status, and when the average guy just is not high status, and they perceive themselves as high status because they have all these simp followers on here and giving them all this validation. So that's part of the reason why they think that they're a celebrity, because they kind of are a little bit. If you can hear my kid, he's yelling at the video game in the other room, but that's another reason why I don't bring no. Listen to this. Listen to this bed. Yeah, I just don't know. That'd be kind of weird to bring some chick back, and he's like right there. So you know what I mean? it's pretty loud. So yeah, I could get another bed. I don't feel like forking out that money. I don't know if I definitely don't want to stay in this town. So, I don't want to make those expenses. So it's like, that too, like, I don't want to stay here. So why do I even want to bother trying to like make a connection with somebody? You know, I'm not too fond of, the town, or, I mean, the job's okay. The company's okay, but, it's just whatever. The crew's awesome. The people I work with are really awesome. All of them. They're all really cool. Um, but it's just whatever, man. Um, like the rest of my life is what, just working and then go to the bar and drink. Like that's what this town's all about. And there's not really much for hiking. I mean, I could go fishing and kayaking and stuff like that, but I just don't see myself here long term. Um, And for me, I kind of like to have a buffer for my family. It's messed up. When I lived in Michigan, nobody lived even close. I don't want to be so far away where it's like 1,000 or a couple thousand miles away, but it is what it is if I am. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, I don't know. Dating just seems like I just don't feel like jumping through the hoops. I gotta jump through the hoops, like I get jumping through the hoops for these young women that are in their prime, but there's no point for me to date them. Uh, I don't want no more kids. I can't have no more kids. And then it's funny because some of these females, I'm like, okay, she's 53. Yeah, that's whatever, all these red pill guys, all these red pill manosphere. Listen, even if I could have enough clout to get on their level where they would recognize me, I wouldn't fit in anyway. And that's fine. I've always been the type that never fit in anywhere. I wouldn't fit in with their crew. They would call me black pill, they call me a pussy, whatever. I don't care. I do my own thing. Um what was I talking about? Yeah, I was talking to this 53-year-old on the site. I'm like, okay, she's obviously an empty nester. I got a 10-year-old kid. What? God damn, man. You got a 10-year-old fucking kid. Nope. Fuck that. It's like, fuck that. I don't even want to drive that far. I think the farthest I've drove in to meet a girl is like a couple hours when I was younger. I think it was like 2 hours. I don't even want to drive to the fucking to the. I don't even want to drive to on my day off a couple miles to meet up for a coffee at this point. Um, I don't want to. It's weird because I don't even want to meet. Like if a girl's like, just come over to my house, and I used to do that. I don't even want to do that anymore. Man, so many people have STDs nowadays, and the stuff with the shots that people took, and I don't know about that. Some things with the HIV and all that. I don't know. I'm clean. I'm careful about who I'm with, and I don't even want to be promiscuous anymore. I really don't. I like just to have one female I'm with, someone that I can trust that it's not going to be with somebody else. I've already played that game. It's exhilarating being a man doing it for a little while. Um, I remember vividly like the excitement I have, but I just don't have the excitement. I don't have the thrill. Um, I don't feel like I might even talked about this already on a video. So if I apologize if you watched this earlier and I'm repeating myself, I just don't have that thrill anymore. The novelty is what I mean, not the novelty, whatever that word. Maybe it is like when you're excited when you're a kid coming down for Christmas and you want to open like there's no excitement. I don't really have much excitement for anything really nowadays like that. Um I'm excited when I see one of my videos do good. I'm excited when I see somebody comment on my video, like one of these style of videos, and it sounds like I helped them out or they relate. I'm excited for that. Um, but yeah, I just don't have much excitement, and I'm only 42, which is really weird. Um, I don't know. I don't care about being rich. I don't, for me it's more about respect. I just want respect. I don't even care if people love me. I don't care if I just want respect. That's basically it at this point. Um that's I just felt like so disrespected my whole life if people was like I'm the little dog. And I've always wanted to be that big dog people look up to. Like, dang man, I want to be like you, but it's always been like I'm the little dog. I'm the one that's suppressed. Um, and it always feels, and I know I've said this, but no matter how like the hardest I've been working right now, if other people were to be doing it, they would be so much farther ahead than I would be. And yeah, like I'll say, my book, I edited it, I edited it. If I can even talk, I edited it. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I edited it. I edited it. Tongue tied. Um, I wrote it, obviously. I hate reading. Not much of a reader. I wanted just to write something underneath my belt. Um, so it's kind of rushed a little bit too. I just wanted to get it out. Um, my music is pretty rushed too. I could do a better job with that. Some of my videos are kind of rushed a little bit, somewhat, but I needed myself. I needed to pay more attention to detail in that aspect. But if other people, like, I work hard, man. I work hard. Like, everything I do is anything that's on the internet that you see from with my brand enslaved ones is for me. I have nobody helping me. It's 100% me. So if you used to see any of that, that's all me. Um, Plus, you know, being a father, trying to be a good example and role model to my sons. That's pretty much, and then I still provide, right? And making sure the house is in order. 100% take care of myself and people around me. So, I don't need a woman to take care of me. Um, uh, it's like I want a woman to share experiences with, obviously, like the physical touch, obviously, like that type of stuff, affection and things like that. um but it's like, okay, so I'm gonna get back to, if anybody was to work as hard as me, they would be farther along, like, seriously. And I felt it. It's so weird being at work. A couple different places this has happened, where I'm like, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get, the everything that's going on. I figure out the system, and for me, when I learn something, I'm kind of a slow learner because I'm very cautious about making major mistakes. Obviously, when I do something new, I make mistakes, but I don't want to make that groundbreaking mistake where it's just like, so I tend to be like a slower learner when it's just me being cautious. I like to learn from other people's, how they do things, and I kind of just mimic what they do. So, like, why reinvent the wheel? That's pretty much what I like to do with a lot of things. I just mimic what other people do, and instead of trying to sit there, it's a waste of time, like, um if they already, if they mess up or whatever, I know not to do that. So it's just me not wasting my time anyway. So I'm like, walk around, and I feel like I'm higher than the grunt worker, which I've always been. I feel like I should have a higher status. I should be some type of management, but I've never gotten that opportunity, and nothing. Um, and it's always been like that. It's always been like this narrow hole I've been in with my life, where I see all these doors around me, and there's only one door open, and that one's right in front of me. And all these other doors I'm like trying to unlock, and they're all fucking locked. And it's just this one fucking door at the end of the hall, and it's always, and I have to keep going down the path, and it's like, will I reach that door? No, I'll never reach the door. I don't know what. I don't know. But that's how it is for me. And what I want to say is, like, if you work hard, it does work for a lot of people. If you um are accountable for your mistakes, that does help out big time. I heard somebody say, don't over talk about your mistake. Don't over explain yourself, and that's definitely a good thing. Don't over explain. Just accept it. Say you learn from it, and let it go and move on. Um, I've learned that if I over explain things, I get tongue tied. and it's like I missed the point, and it's just like get to the point, that's it, like move on. Um, you know what's weird too, because I'm a person that comes up with ideas. I don't like to um make the ideas happen. I like to think of the idea because I'm not the type of person that likes to pay attention to detail. I get so bored with that. And I think that has a lot to do with my ADHD and me being creative. I have an abstract way of thinking. So I don't like to um necessarily make something happen. Like I'll come up with an idea. And then what happens a lot, this is what happens all the fucking time with me, dude. I come up with an idea, it gets it gets like almost like, nah, that's the stupid idea. People don't say that's a stupid idea, but it gets dismissed. And then it might be a couple weeks or months later, the idea I initially had, people are like, "Oh, we should do that." And guess what? The idea worked out pretty fucking good. That happens to me so fucking much. And it's fucking demoralizing. It is so demoralizing. This is what I talk about where I don't get respect. This is exactly right here. Right, I'm hitting the nail right on the head right here. So something's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna come in. My phone's gonna fuck up. Like whenever I'm over the target. Something fucking happens. Um, in this fucking simulation. But that's what happens to me all the time, and that shit is so demoralizing. And then I have to like forget about it and move on. And it's really tough, man. It's really tough. Um, but yeah, like if you work hard seriously for like the regular person, it will pay off. It really will. So if I said like not working hard doesn't pay off, well, I will say this though. I will say this. If you work over 50 hours, all that overtime that you put in is pretty much almost dwindled down to straight time because of the taxes they take out. So it's almost like you can work a bunch of overtime, right? When you work a job, and you'll have obviously more money than you worked if you only work 40 hours, but it's not going to be that value of like the time and a half you're thinking it's going to be, because they're just going to take so much out of taxes, because they put you in a different tax bracket. um so that's something to definitely think about, and that's the game that I think we're guys have to look forward to is, I want to see where society's like where it's gonna go. I want to see like how things pan out. um I think it's very apparent for men to go minimalistic. um you want to look, you don't want to look like you're too rich because you put a target on your back, and I talked about this in my book. But I don't know what I'm doing with my mouth, but anyway. um if you make like, why would I want to work so hard to try to give a woman that doesn't appreciate it anyway extras? And this is why I think it's going to be good, and I've told my kids this. I think, yeah, right now it ain't shit. Women still look at men for how much they make, but I think at some point, if a guy is in good shape, he's got good game. He looks like he's taking care of, like, he don't look like he's wearing like rags or whatever. Um, he's confident in how he talks. That's gonna put you, you know, above all the rest. So you're gonna be able to take advantage of females' money, and it's gonna be the opposite. How women were always taking advantage of men's money, because I think a lot of women are going to be making a lot more money if we continue this society going forward and not go through some severe financial struggles, which I think is going to happen. It's going to be corrected. But if we don't, you could definitely take advantage of the situation. And like I said before, I've dated a couple females where they paid for my stuff, and I ain't even high value at all, and I wasn't high value then. And it was in Washington State. This woman took me out for a steak. Um, she did a couple of things for me. I forgot some of the things, like she got a hotel for us a couple of times. Um, she did some other things, and that's what I'm saying. And she wasn't not like a 23-year-old or something like that. She was around my age, and she was like 47. I was like 40, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be able to take advantage of the situation, and it's not taking advantage because like it's your time you're investing. Um, you're almost. I think that gigolos are gonna be more prevalent in the future. Um, and that's so you could have the luxury, the cool stuff, the fun stuff, and they'll take care of that without having to work so many hours to acquire it yourself. Like I was trying to say in the chat yesterday, in that rule zero is it's good to have some land, with like a hut type of cabin or trailer on it in the boonies, and then just have one of these chicks in one of the cities, and it just like stay at her place and work and whatever if you want that city life, and you always have somewhere to go back to if it don't work, or you find somebody else, and you could say it's mooching, but it's not really. If you're it's the opposite. Girls do this all the time, so why the hell can we not do this? Oh, is it because you got to be a manly man and provide? Like, dude, this is 2022, and it's gonna get even more worse when women are making more money. I'm telling you. At some point they're gonna have to look in the mirror and be like, well, what does it matter if the guy makes a bunch of money? Who cares? I got it. Who cares? And you can see if you can see it through the bad boys. They do it for the bad boys already. So you can make yourself out to look like a bad boy, or just like Rolo said, kind of like a character, like I don't know, like a cowboy looking, or thug, or whatever they like. You're taking on that persona, and I know it sounds stupid, but because we're still in 2022, but like this is where I see things going. I think that you're gonna see a lot of polygamy. You're gonna see a lot of women have harems of men, um, and you could take advantage of that. You could take advantage of a woman having OnlyFans, and just don't get emotionally involved. She has an OnlyFans, whatever. Who cares? Take advantage of that situation. Why not? Just, as long as she's not with somebody else. Listen, I wouldn't take her serious at all. I wouldn't take that, but you can definitely have fun with the situation. You know what I mean? She's got all these dudes, and that's basically what it is. That's what OnlyFans is she's got a harem of men funding her life. So, and it's funny because like a lot of these females, they have dudes that I'm talking about, or you can be one of these guys, or you can be some schlub, old school guy that works 90 hours a week trying to provide and keep up with the Joneses for some woman that doesn't even care. And then you're not home. And if you are home, you're so tired to even like participate with your family or participate with her. And she's probably off with somebody else anyways. So it's like you just do things for yourself. Like, instead of working so hard, you're working for other things. You're working out at the gym, you're bettering yourself. Maybe, and I think that a man having a lot of different hobbies and having a personality and definitely a social media presence where you got people where you're like kind of an influence, that's going to be huge going forward. It already is. So, yeah. Anyway.